Hello and happy 2023, everyone. Happy New Year. 2023 is officially here, and that means today I'm going to be going over my most anticipated albums of 2023. 2022 was a really great year for albums that I wanted. Some of the biggest artists made their comeback, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, SZA, and I'm hoping for more of the same in 2023. So without further ado, let's get into it, starting off with TDE. In 2022, we finally got a lot of long-awaited albums from TDE artists. We got SZA, Kendrick Lamar put his final album out for TDE, and Ab-Soul as well. So as far as this year goes, I'm really hoping for Schoolboy Q. I believe the last time he released was in 2019 with that Crash Talk album. He was previewing some music on his Twitch channel not too long ago, and it was sounding really good, so I'm pretty hyped for this one. Also, J-Rock, it's coming up on like 5 years now since his last album. I think this one is much needed. And lastly here, Doechii, who is TDE's most recent signee. She put out an EP last year that was really freaking good. I am just so high on her. She has so much talent. She can sing, she can rap, she can really do so much different stuff. I predict a really big year from her if she drops an album. And next up here, A$AP Rocky, who hasn't dropped since 2018 with that Testing album. He dropped some singles last year, which were pretty good. I believe he already announced this album is done as well. And I don't know, I'm just hoping with this album, he kind of expands more on that sound that he was going with in Testing and improves it more. Then we have Travis Scott. Is Utopia finally going to drop this year? And then we have Tyler, the Creator. I mean, I'm not sure what Tyler's going to do this year. I mean, this guy has consistently dropped a album every other year for the past 10 years, so I would be surprised if he didn't drop this year, but this guy has just been on a run the past few years, so I'm always excited. Next up, Playboi Carti. He keeps teasing this album on his Twitter, so I'm guessing it's going to come out soon. Obviously, Whole Lotta Red was a very big album for Carti and his sound, and I'm kind of interested to see what kind of more experimental stuff he's going to get into on this one. Next up is Tems, who, despite not really dropping much music besides AEP, has quickly became one of the biggest artists in the industry. She's certainly really talented, so I want to see what that debut album has in store. Then we have Mr. Lil Uzi Vert, who's supposed to be dropping the Pink Tape in 2022. He dropped that EP, which had some of his best stuff in a while, so whenever he drops, it's a big deal. Next up is Sampha. Oh my goodness, could Sampha please drop? It's been 6-7 years, 2017 the last time he dropped his album. He did say he was working on new music that he was ready to share soon, so really hoping for new Sampha in 2023. Then we have 21 Savage, who obviously dropped that collab album with Drake. Hoping for some solo stuff from him this year, because this guy just continues to improve with each album. Oh, no worries, Anderson .Paak and Knowledge. They dropped that single with Her last year that was so good. They said they've been working on this album. I have no reason to believe it won't be good when it does drop. Then I have Genesis Owuzu. This guy's one of the most exciting artists in the underground scene right now. Then I have Lana Del Rey, who is scheduled to drop a album in March 10th to be specific. It's titled Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard. The lead single for it was really good, so I am pretty excited for it. Then I have, Mr. JPEG Mafia, one of my favorite rappers the past couple of years. He did promise he was going to drop 3 albums this year, so I'm holding him to it, which also includes this collab album that him and Danny Brown have apparently been working on. That sounds incredible. And while we're on the topic of Danny Brown, his album 40 was like turned in years ago at this point. I know he's voiced his frustration with it not coming out, maybe possible label issues, but hoping that sees the light of day this year. Then we have Slowthai, who I believe already announced his album was done or turned in. This guy has been one of my favorite rappers out of the UK for a minute now, so I'm happy about this one. Then I have Chika, who I'm just not really sure what's going on with her. I know she dropped a EP like a few years back that I did really enjoy, but ever since she was on the cover of that XXL list, she just hasn't really dropped much. Kind of another artist here that is in that same boat, Tierra Whack, who hasn't dropped since 2018 when she dropped that nice little 1-minute song album. I know she did drop some EPs a little bit back, but It just we really need an album. We need an album. Then we have Rhapsody, and it's been a while since she dropped. I believe 2019. She dropped Eve, which was a fantastic album. She's been one of the best rappers in the game for a while now, so I definitely need that album. Ooh, R&B trio Flow, who kind of broke out last year with the EP that they dropped. They also had that really good single, Cardboard Box. Such great chemistry between these three. I really think if they drop an album this year, it's gonna be huge. I think they have potential to be stars, so looking forward to that. Oh, Blood Orange, Mr. Dev Haynes. It's been too long since he's last dropped. He had an EP last year that was pretty good. It's been too long. I need it. Also have Chloe here, from Chloe and Halle fame. Obviously, she's been dropping solo music over the past few years. She says she has an album on the way. I want to hear it. No Name. It's been a long time for her as well. I know she's in the studio. I know she's working on music. She's one of my favorite rappers, so yeah. Gorillaz, baby, their album Cracker Island drops in February. Really love that single with Thundercat. If any of the songs are like that, this album should be fire. Oh man, Miss Phoebe Bridgers, can we please get a Phoebe Bridgers album this year? You know, since the release of Punisher, she's only grown so much in popularity with that album. She's one of the best songwriters out, one of the best vocalists out there, so please, I need this. Ski Mask the Slump God is another one. I just don't know what's going on with him. The guy still has tons of personality as a rapper. I still really enjoy him as an artist. I'm hoping he really has a big comeback and bounce back with a new album. Then we have Amine, who last dropped in 2020 with Limbo, one of my favorite albums of that year. Also dropped that mixtape too. And he's only been improving over the last few years, so if that's the case for this album, should be really good. I also have The Roots, who are like rumored to drop their last album. It's titled like The Endgame or something like that. Black Thought had that album last year with Danger Mouse, which was incredible. So hoping this sees the light of day. A big one here, Doja Cat. I'm just excited for this one because this should be one of the biggest albums of the year. Excited to see what direction she goes towards. This is a big one, Pink Pantheress. Pink Pantheress. She's just one of the most exciting new artists we have out. She dropped single after single after single in 2022 and did not miss. Hoping she releases that debut album this year. Then I have Death Grips, who it felt like at one point we were probably never going to get music from them again. But they're going on tour for the first time in years this upcoming year. And they've been teasing some stuff too, so it's possible we do get a new Death Grips album this year. Kaytranada. Kaytranada, man. The world just needs new Kaytranada music. They need new Kaytranada production in 2023. Then they have Kali Uchis, who already said her album is turned in. So expecting that one maybe earlier in the year, hopefully. Not really sure what direction she's going to go for on this one. Maybe more of the Latin stuff, maybe back to more of the pop stuff. Regardless, it's new Kali, so it should be good either way. Then we have TK Maida, artist out of Australia, who dropped some of the best EPs I heard in a long time in 2020 and 2021 with the Last Year's Weird series. She personally told me on Twitter that her album is dropping the first quarter of the year, so I'm hoping that's the case. 100 Gex. Yes, 100 Gex is dropping in 2023. I believe they said they're dropping in March. Their album is already titled 10,000 Gex. Yes. Paramore, their new album drops in February. It's titled This Is Why. The singles have been awesome. Love the direction they're headed towards. Yep. I also have Cardi B, which, despite a lot of the hate that she gets, a lot of the unjust hate she gets too, in my opinion, I think she's still a great personality. I think she puts out some really good music every once in a while too. It's been a while since that really huge debut album, so I want to hear what she's gonna do. And while we're on the topic of the biggest women in rap, Nicki Minaj, who I thought was gonna drop last year, she dropped a bunch of singles. Never got an album. It's been a long time, 4 or 5 years now, so come on. Jessie Ware, who dropped one of the best singles of 2022 with her track Free Yourself, ended up very high on my year-end list. That song is an indication of what we're going to get on this new album, more of that 80s disco-inspired music. This is going to be one of the best albums of the year. And I have Brockhampton solo music. Obviously, they broke up this year, but I'm hoping we get solo music from the guys. Obviously, Kevin Abstract has been working on some stuff. I believe Jabari has some solo stuff on the way. Hoping we get stuff from Dom, Merlin, Matt, Joba, Bareface, the whole gang. Chance the Rapper, who really needs to drop a album and bounce back from the big day. I'm rooting for the guy. I still think he's really talented. He has everything at his disposal to drop a great album. So, yeah, hoping for a comeback from him. And lastly here, I have artists that probably won't drop with you if I'm being honest, but maybe there's a slight chance they do, and we desperately need them to. Starting off with Tame Impala, Mr. Kevin Parker. Would be nice if we got a Tame Impala album this year. Obviously, the length between the Slow Rush and Currents was pretty long, so not likely, but maybe. Ariana Grande, I'm really hoping for. I don't think it will be the case though, because I know she's doing that whole Wicked play thing, so it's kind of unlikely, but maybe she's been working on music as well. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, whose last album I wasn't that crazy about, but the guy is still a creative genius and he's always working on different things. Probably not likely we get one from this year, but maybe. Last up here is Rihanna. The last time she dropped a album was 2016. 2016, 7 years ago. She is, however, doing the Super Bowl this year, and I know she did say to her fans not to get their hopes up. That didn't mean she was dropping, but maybe she's playing mind games on us. Hopefully she's playing mind games. Hopefully there is a new album. And lastly here, the guy who's going to be number one on my list every year until the day he drops, and that's Mr. Frank Ocean. Yeah, it's been tough being a Frank Ocean fan these past couple of years. As of now, he's still supposed to be doing Coachella, according to the guy who runs the thing. I don't think it's a guarantee though. But if it does happen, maybe there is a album coming earlier in the year. Fingers are crossed, and I am hoping it happens. And yeah, that is it. That is my most anticipated albums of 2023. Hoping most of these artists on the list do actually drop. If you guys want, you can follow me on all my socials, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all that, and I'll see you guys soon.